Yeah. Yeah, so I'm the trip lead for the Inspire Italy session, and we have 4 other people that are on camera at the moment. And one of them is Meg, who is the Inspire Northwest England lead, and she's just going to start off this talk with a little bit about what Inspire is, just in case you guys didn't already know. So I'll hand over to her, and then we'll get on with the Italy side of things after that. Okay.
Hi, I'm Meg, as Olivia's just said. Now, some of you might have absolutely no idea what Inspire is at all, and you're really interested in Italy, but you're wondering what's Inspire got to do with it. And some of you might already know what Inspire is. You might attend our events quite regularly, and if so, I'm sorry, I'm preaching to the choir, but I'm going to go through and explain a little bit about what Inspire is, so that you guys have a really good understanding of the background behind the trip that you might be signing up to. Oh, can a host please allow me to share my screen?
Can you do that, Malika? I don't know how to do it. Does anyone else know?
I can do it, but only by allowing everyone to. Is that okay? Are we allowed to do that?
Yeah, just no one makes Yeah.
You should be able to now then, I think.
I can, thank you. Can everyone see that?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, this PowerPoint's quite old now. It's been around for a couple of years. I've made some adaptations to it, but it gives a really, really nice summary of what Inspire is. I'm not going to read it to you, but I'll let you just give that a read, because it gives you a nice summary of what the aim of Inspire is. So this PowerPoint comes from HQ. It's a national PowerPoint that I've taken from them. But this was the aim of Inspire when it was launched about 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago. The main takeaway from that is that there's no set program, and I'm going to go into a bit more detail about that here. So it's important to remember that Inspire is not a section, and I mean that in the sense that it's not like guides, rangers, or brownies. It's not an official section. It's a community, and it's referred to as a community. And by that, I mean that everybody that is a Girl Guiding member, aged 18 to 30, is automatically an Inspire member, and therefore entered into that community. And the point of the community is just to stay involved in girl guiding, to network, to challenge yourself, to get involved. It's a make of it what you will sort of situation. So if you're the kind of person, and I hope you are, that wants to go on this lovely trip to Italy, that's fantastic. But if you decide, actually, I want to be a lot more low key, I want to hang out with Inspire members, maybe just in my division, then that's also an option. You as an Inspire member are empowered to be able to set up your own Inspire events or talk to Inspire members in your local area and go for coffee. It's really self-led, really independent. There's no set program, and so you can choose your own path, and you'll be supported along the way with that. If you're not the kind of person that's really, really self-driven and wants to get in touch with people locally, then there's also loads of Inspire events going on regionally, and your counties might also have Inspire events going on. And then obviously you've got this fantastic trip to Italy, which is also one of the offers that is available to you. The Inspire community was officially launched nationally in November 2020, though if you've been an 18 to 30 member for a little while, you might remember that there was sort of an 1830 community before that. There was sort of these mumblings of Inspire, but officially it was launched in November 2020. There's a national email address there, inspire@girlguiding.org.uk, but I'll let you make a note of my email address there as well, which is just megan.nethercott@girlguidingnwe.org.uk, because if you have any questions about what Inspire is, I'm the best person to come to for that. And if I don't know the answer, it's probably because there isn't one, or I need to go and find out from HQ for you, which I'm quite happy to do. So if you need to make a note of that, or you think you might want to make a note of that for the future, I'll just let you do that now. I'll be the person to come to as well if you're wondering, do I have any events going on in my county, or do I have a representative? I'll be able to find out for you and let you know and put you in touch with them. Now, I'll let you read this for yourself as well, but this is the ethos behind Inspire, the purpose of it, what it's all about. And then to summarize the point of Inspire. Inspire is supposed to provide new and innovative opportunities to connect with others, learn, go on adventures and have fun. You're all adults. No one's trying to pretend that you're children. It's very self-driven, but even as adults, we like to be provided with opportunities for self-development. It's important as we grow, even in your 90s. It's nice to be given these wonderful opportunities like going to Italy, or we're doing a Monopoly run on the 11th of September regionally. And sometimes as adults, we don't have time to sort of create those opportunities for ourselves. So it's lovely to be able to have Inspire to provide that for us. It creates a safe, inclusive and accessible women-only space for the diverse range of young women in the UK. And it provides a flexible framework for taking part and joining in. It's completely flexible. You're not signing up to a section or a unit where you have to do everything that Inspire does. You get to choose for yourself. Now, I'll quickly take you to this website, but I'm not going to go through it in detail for you, but it's something that you might want to look into for yourself. If you go on to, well, if you just Google Girl Guiding Inspire, this webpage will come up. Inspire is set out into 7 different pathways under 2 different themes. I don't really like this website. I don't think it's set out very well, but the 2 themes that sort of form the umbrella over the pathways are learning and awards and just for me. And so your Italy trip is more like a just for me opportunity. You're not working towards a specific award like you would your Queen's Guide, but it's something just for you, something for your sort of self-development, your exploration, your challenge. And then underneath those 2 themes, you have these 7 different pathways. I'm not going to go through them all with you because you'll be sat there bored, but if you're interested, then do Google Girl Guiding Inspire and this will come up and you can have a little flick through each of those different pathways as well.
Does anyone have any questions for Megan at this time? Okay. She's left her email address on there, so if you want to know anything, then email ahead. We've also got a bit of a question session at the end as well, if anyone thinks anything during the talk. Yeah, save it till then, I guess.
Yeah, that's everything from me. So I'll let you guys talk about Italy, and I'll stick around because I'm really interested for myself.
Okay, I'm going to share my. Oh, maybe not. It's not coming up with the ability to share. Tegan or Emma, do you have the presentation on your laptops by any chance? If you could share it and then.
If it's in the OneDrive, I'll have it. Let me just
It's not
find
like
it.
the one I sent to you the other day.
That's on my phone. So I can get it, but it might take a couple of minutes. I have to email it to myself if it's not in the OneDrive. Give me 2 minutes to email it to myself and then I can share it.
Fab.
Alternatively, if you want to email it to me, I'm happy to share it for you.
2 seconds. Sorry about this, guys. I don't know why it's not working.
The one that I've got's not the completed one.
Okay, I will do it now. I'll just send it over now. I'll send it to Meg and then be shared. There we go. I've just sent it now. Technology. Does that come through?
Sorry, I responded and realised I was on mute. It has come through. I'm just downloading it.
Perfect. Just out of interest, is there anyone on this call that have done Inspire activities before?
I recognise a couple, so be brave. Admit that you've come to my stuff before.
Or just put your hand up on the reactions.
I did one of the calls.
Fab. I mean, I guess that's good in one sense because we've got a whole new load of people that we can bring. Oh no, I've not got the meet the team. That's it. Ah, we'll just go ahead with it. It's the old one, but it's fine. So can you go full screen by any chance on that?
Is it full screen? Is it not full screen?
Yeah. Apologies, this is the old version of the presentation, which still needed updating, but we will just go with it. So welcome to our Zoom information session, which is already 20 minutes in, but that's fine. We're hoping to give you a lot of information about this trip specifically, and there's 2 parallel trips running, which I'll go into a bit more detail. So if you go into the next slide, please.
Oh, now my technology's playing up.
It's fine. It's a meet the team one, which did have photos on it, but that didn't.
That's the right slide.
Didn't translate. So I guess I'll introduce myself. We'll just do it over Zoom. My name's Olivia, and I'm the team lead. I am a Rainbows Brownie and Guide leader in Liverpool, and I have just got back from pack holiday. Well, I got back last night with 35 brownies in Wado, so I am very tired, which may explain why I've not got the right presentation up. So I do apologise. We also have Tegan, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Tegan. I'm at uni in Lancaster, so when I'm there, I'm a brownie leader, and when I'm at home, I'm in Midlands, and I'm a guide leader when I'm at home.
And Emma.
Hi, I'm Emma, and I'm a guide leader in Manchester.
And we have Millie as well.
Hi, I'm at uni in Nottingham at the moment. When I'm at home, I do volunteer with the brownies. I'm yet to find one here though, but hopefully I will soon. And then I can get back into it.
Just do Inspire events, it's fine.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'll do that.
It's all good. Okay, if you go into the next slide for me, please. Fab. So, yeah, this is the first trip that we've run as part of Inspire. And I think it's the first trip that Girl Guiding North West England has ran for this age group before. So and it's for people who are 18 to 30 between those dates, so the 24th of July and the 5th of August next year. So you need to be within that age range when the trip is taking place. I did have a friend text me saying I turned 31 in May, can I still come? And the answer was no, which is very sad about. There'll be 6 cities that we're visiting, and mainly through interrailing. So we're planning to fly into Milan and out of Sorrento, but all the most of the travel within Italy will be by train. And we're yet to decide whether it's actually cheaper to buy an interrail ticket or whether we just buy individual tickets between the places, but that's a small note. So we will be staying in Milan, Florence, Rome and Sorrento, but we'll also have day trips to Pisa and Naples. So that's why all 6 of them are on there. And then, as I said before, it's basically based into 2 groups. So there'll be a core group, which we're offering initially about 20 spaces. And the people that come on that pay a set amount and they come and do the whole trip with us and do the activities and stay with the core team and have everything organised for them. Or you can organise your own trip and just meet us in those cities or meet us in some of the cities that we're going to. But we can provide you with our outline and template of what we're doing. So if you have an inspired group that you're really close with in Manchester and think, oh, we don't really want to go to Milan or Florence, but we'd really like to go to the Rome and Sorrento parts of the trip, you can fly out and just meet us there and do the activities with us there, just to give you guys that flexibility. As part of the core group, included will be 1 Inspire activity in each city, and that would be ideally where the other groups come and meet us. But if you're interested in something else that we're doing and you want to book onto that too, then that'd be fab. This bit is highlighted in pink because I actually updated that, but didn't send the new presentation over. So I think the estimated cost will be between £1,200 and £1,500. So that's wrong on here, but that will, if you go into the next slide, I'll be able to tell you what that includes. Next one after that, sorry. So this is for the core group, and that's what most of the trip will be based on. This talk will be based on, because obviously if you're going to plan your own trip, then you don't need to know the rest of this information. So the 1,200 to 1,500 will be including flights, which will be returns from Manchester, travel within Italy, accommodation, which is mainly a selection of hostels and hotels. Where it's a hotel, we'll probably be sharing rooms, and then the hostels, it's like 6-bed private dormitories where we'll be sharing with other people. And breakfast included with that, and then your usual t-shirt, badges, and then the interrail activity at each location. Not included would be your travel insurance. I guess I just include that because I have my own travel insurance as an adult, and I know lots of people do have that anyway as part of their banking. So I didn't want to add that on as an extra cost unnecessarily. Lunches and evening meals, and then optional activities. So we'll have this Inspire activity, which is included in the core group, but there'll be optional activities that you can book onto. For example, going to the Vatican or going to the Colosseum. We as a core team will be doing all of those things, and you can select and choose which ones you want to do or not do, depending on what you're interested in. Obviously, because we're all adults, I didn't want to mandate that you had to do every activity that we planned, because you might just want to go off and do your own thing. But as long as we're all staying together and we're doing this main activity in each city, then I'm happy with that, because we're still having this community feeling going on. So if you go into the next slide, please. I'll take you through the four cities that we're staying at and what we're thinking of doing there. So Milan, that's where we're flying into, and each place we're staying at for 3 days approximately. So we're going to fly on the evening of the 24th. I don't think we would get in until 10:30 into Milan, and then once we've got into the hostel, it'll probably be time for bed. So not much going on that day. We're staying at the Combo Milan, and I've just included this information in case you want to go look it up afterwards. And they're 6-bed dorms. So the included Inspire activity would be a picnic. So in Milan, they've got a Baden-Powell Park. So I thought that'd be a nice place to kind of meet everyone for the first time, if other groups are coming to meet us. Do a scavenger hunt in different teams, and then have a night out. Basically, I'm going to prepare some get to know you games that we can do in some of the bars to meet each other and generally have a good time. And then the optional activities that we're thinking of doing would be a red bus tour to get to know the city, visit the cathedral, and then a whole day trip to Lake Como. So we get a ferry up to Bellagio, I think is how you pronounce it. Spend the day there at the beach and shopping, and then come back. So you would book onto that before you come. We give you a set amount because we can get discounts for group bookings. So we'd say it's, I don't know, £20 for a certain activity. You'd let us know beforehand, and then we can sort all that out in advance. And then the next city that we're heading to is Florence. So we get the train in the morning, it only takes about 2 hours. There we're going to stay in a hotel, and it'd be, I think, a double room. I don't think this one had the option for single bed, so we'd be getting nice and cozy, but I'm sure we'll all be friends after our night out in Milan. The included in Inspire trip for that would be a day trip to Pisa, and obviously if you're on the core group, we're going to include a private tour with that and a group meal paid for whilst we're in Pisa. And then the other optional activities whilst we're there would be a city exploration game, visiting the galleries, and what I'm most excited about is the countryside and wine tour, which would be a private tour for us guys. So that would, I think that's one of the highlights for the trip for me. I want to do a wine tasting tour, so that would be great. Obviously, if that's not something that you want to come on because you don't drink or anything, that's fine, because all these optional activities are what they are, they're optional. And you can go and pick something else to do that day if you'd like. So then from there, we're going to Rome. This is probably going to be the busiest city. Obviously, it's the capital, so there's lots to do. Staying in a hotel again, so we'll be sharing rooms for that. The included Inspire activity will be a boat cruise and dinner. I'm still inquiring about which specific one we're going to do there. And then optional activities, another tour, there's street food tours, visit to the Colosseum, visit to the Vatican and the Tivoli Gardens. So these are just things that we're planning in. If there's anything else that you'd like to do, then there's also free time in the schedule, so you can go and do those things if you'd like. And then finally, the last stop would be Sorrento. Here we're going to get the coach because it's actually quicker than the train. And it goes direct, whereas if you get the train, you have to swap somewhere. We're going to stay at Village Camping, which, if you see the bottom right-hand picture, it's with all the umbrellas on the beach. That is a picture of the actual private beach from the camping grounds. We won't actually be camping. They have chalets that we can stay in. I think they're 4-bed chalets. And if anyone else is planning their own trip to meet us there, they have loads of availability. So it'd be great if people wanted to join us and actually stay in the same place. So we have one activity for Sorrento, which is going to Pompeii and Mount Vesuvius. And the other is beach day. I think we all concluded that after such a hectic 12 days, it'd be really nice to just spend the day by the beach, looking at the sea. If we're there and you want to go on a boat cruise, go for it. I will be drinking cocktails and sunbathing. And then on the 5th of August, we will be getting, I think it's a morning flight back to Manchester. So yeah, there's lots of good stuff there. But I'm really looking forward to being able to chill out on the last day as well and have a bit of fun on the beach. So if you go on to the next slide, I can't remember. Oh yeah, so this was our what's next. So after this, in the next couple of days, we'll send you out to everyone that's on this call, or even people that signed up. I think people might not be able to make it. An expression of interest form, which will ask, A, I'm really interested and keen of being part of the core group. B, I want to come, but I think I'll probably do my own thing and just meet you in certain places, or C, I don't want to come at all, which is absolutely fine. That'll just help us in terms of planning the itinerary and thinking about if we get 40 people saying we want to come as the core group, is there any leniency in how we're running it, if we could take on more members. So if you could return that by the 12th of September, that'd be really helpful. And then 2 weeks after that, we're going to release the full itinerary and price and costing. So everything will be fully costed by then. And bookings will open for the core group. A week after that, it'll be closed. As it stands, if more than 20 people apply, we're just going to do a lottery selection. I'm not a fan of doing first come, first serve, because it basically means whoever has the day off work gets the opportunity. So I prefer not to do it that way. We just do a random selection. And then on the 5th of October, we'll be able to inform people of the trip. And then a week later, deposits to be paid, which are £100. If there are any issues with that, let us know. Obviously, we're letting you know now in case you get paid at the end of the month. You can put that away at the end of September. But if there's any issues with money for that month, obviously we know that the electricity bills are going to be going up then. So if you need a bit of leniency with that, then just get in contact and we'll sort something out. And then in January, we're going to ask for any non-core group members to inform us of participation. Obviously, you'll be running your own trip and just meeting us there, but it's really useful for us to know, who we're going to meet and where. So I think that's all I had to say. If you just click on the last slide for me, it was any questions. So yeah, if you have anything to ask, put your hand up or type in the chat box and I'll be able to answer them for you. I also forgot to put on our email address, which I presume you all have. So we've got a question from someone saying, do you know what the vegan options will be like? I've been to Italy once before, I have to say, and there were lots of, what I was eating was a lot of meat and cheese, but we're staying in all the main cities. So if we need to hunt out the vegan restaurants, that's fine, we'll accommodate for everyone. It's not a problem.
I was in Rome the other day and there is a lovely vegan restaurant in the middle of Rome. So you can eat in at least one place.
That's good. I mean, we are all staying in, they are main cities, so I would expect there to be vegan options. So the next question, can we fundraise for the trip like any other international, or is it self-funded? So you can fundraise for the trip. That is up to you. I don't know how people respond to adults, fundraising, especially because the trips that I've been on as a guide, international trips, have usually been project based. Because this is a sightseeing trip, I'm not sure, but if you want to go ahead, or if you might get funding from your county, then feel free and go ahead. I don't think region like Girl Guiding Northwest England are providing grants for this trip specifically, but yeah, if there's more local district and they feel free to go ahead with that, there's no problem. So let's see what else there was. When would the final payment be due? So if we're starting October, I would like to have the final payments in, if we're going in July. I've not really thought about that too much, because I was gonna, once we work out the final cost of everything, then I was going to spread it out, but I would say probably the end of May. And I guess that is something that I wanted to ask you guys. So if you want to type into the chat box or just split up, would it be easier to have, regular payments, X amount every month, or would you like to just, 3 payments of a larger amount of money? Usually when we do it with the younger girls, then we're a lot more rigid with what we do, but I guess everyone's going to be paying different amount of money depending on which trip they decide to go on, so there is flexibility in that. So if you have any issues, just get in contact and let me know. But I would say, yeah, first payment in October and then last payment by the end of May, just to make sure that we have everything sorted before we go.
I think no matter what you do, Olivia, you can it could be like Oh, hi. Sorry, I'll stay quiet throughout all of this, but great presentation, by the way. It's brilliant. And I'm eternally jealous because I'm obviously well over 30, so I can't go to this. So I'm a little bit sitting here in regret that I wasn't born a lot later. Like I could help with that. But yeah, so just to caveat that, when you're paying in funds, it's like any trip, right? If you have a really great fundraising over Christmas and you want to just pay in a lot of money right up front, you can. You can do these things in dribs and drabs, so don't worry. I think having a structure is really helpful for a lot of people because it gives them something to work towards and a goal, and then they know that they've got chunks paid off. But as with most things, when you're fundraising, always keep a track of your accounts.
Yeah.
I would always strongly recommend that.
And when we release the booking form with the itinerary and how much things cost, we will set out the payment plan there, which is, you know, the minimum we'd like you to pay by this time would be this. But if you want to pay more in before then, that's fine. But we will outline that before the bookings go live. So let me just check. If you organise your own trip, are there additional fees for all the Inspire activities? Yes, so you would, I guess I didn't explain that. So if you're organising your own trip, you're booking your own activities. So we will let you know that we are going on, for example, a specific boat cruise in Rome on this date, on this time, and you as your own group would book onto the same one. But it was not feasibly possible for, well, I don't think it is for everyone in this, for me and the team, to keep track of everyone that might come as their own group and pay for them in advance. So we will just let you know where we are and you can book on. The only thing that we would take money for people organising their own trip would be the badges and the t-shirts if you wanted them. But all the booking of the activities will be down to you. We're just asking you to let us know if and when you've done that. Is that clear? I know it's a bit confusing because it's not really been done that way before. We are hoping so. This is something that we have been considering. So a lot of the places, so the Inspire trips are the Pisa tour. So that's just a day out in Pisa. You can do the same tour as us at the same time, or, you know, come for the meal with us afterwards. So I don't think Pisa would be a worry. The Milan one is a scavenger hunt. So that's a big group event that we can all do together. That's not a problem. The Rome boat tour has availability up to 60 people. The one that I was looking at. So I think we should be fine. We just need to know that quite a while beforehand. So that's why I'm asking in January whether that's possible. And I guess, so the only one that I would have the worry about would be the Mount Vesuvius and Pompeii. But we will all be walking around on the same day doing the same tour. So even if we're just in separate groups, you know, we'll be seeing each other around for that. So I guess the idea is to kind of give you guys the option to do these activities that we think would be the good ones to do, and we'll see you there. But there'll definitely be, for the Milan, the Pisa and the beach day in Vesuvius, there's not really going to be any problems with them, I don't imagine. But I think that is why we'd like to book as early as possible to make sure that, you know, we all get to be together. So for the core group, everything will be booked before we go. So that's why we're going to send out, when you've booked on and said that you want to be, or you find out that you've got a place in a core group, we'll send out a form with all the different activities, and then you can just select them and send it us back, and then we'll be able to book that. Obviously, say if we've booked to go on Red Bus tour in Milan and you haven't said that beforehand, but when we get there you go, oh, I'd actually like that, I'm sure that you would be able to book it on the day separately. But it's just the big things like the group tours that we definitely need to know in advance, because we have to let them know obviously how many people they need the coach for. have no idea what the t-shirts are going to be like yet. We've not got that far in the planning. we're working on the badge design first, and then we're thinking t-shirts, badges and tote bags that we can all take around with us. Yeah, if you have any suggestions on what you'd like them to be like, please get in touch, because I don't want you wearing something that you don't like, because it's very important, I think. Yeah, so if anyone else has any other questions, just pop them in or raise your hand. And I did put our email address into the chat somewhere because I forgot to put it on the slide. So if you think of anything later, then just get in contact with us. Okay, well, I think that is going to be it. So thanks for coming along. We will send out the expression of interest forms this week, so if you could please get them back to us by next Monday, that would be really helpful. It will literally just be name, membership number, and then the tick box and what you're thinking about coming to the trip or not. So that'd be helpful. Yeah, so thanks for coming along. I'll stop recording, or I'll leave the message.